Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy, and today we are practicing flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So you might be saying to yourself, what is Dominique wearing on her back? What is this? This is not sponsored. This is not an ad. I do not know these people. This is a posture corrector that I got off of Amazon. And I got it because one, I've always struggled with my posture. Two, after having a baby, it's gotten so much worse. And I realized that I have to remind you guys about how you can immediately reality shift by changing things about your physical appearance, specifically your posture, and why that is. So let's talk about it. Why do we get specific hunches in our back? Why do we start to lean forward? Why does our neck start to go forward? Why do our shoulders start to round? Why do we begin to sink lower and lower to the ground? We do that because over time, whether it's through anxiety, depression, or just an overall feeling of not feeling safe, we begin to close our heart. We begin to close ourselves off in order to feel protected. Think of the fetal position. If you are attacked or if you feel overwhelmed, you get into the fetal position and you guard every part of your body. So when our bones start to evolve in the direction of supporting our body and supporting that poor posture, it starts to show up in our psychology. It starts to show up in our subconscious. So as over time, as we start to lose faith in reality, as we start to lose faith in our circumstances and in our life, and we start to see things with a heavier lens, it reflects in our body language. And that's why if you look into things like yoga, seeing a chiropractor, or just looking in a mirror and observing where your weight falls. Sorry, my husband's home and he's playing with the kids and they have so much fun. If you just start to observe where in your body is closed off, you can start to understand where in your psychology you're closed off. And a lot of times when the shoulders are rounded and closing inward, it's because our heart chakra is starting to be closed. That's why things like back bends in yoga and opening the heart in yoga can allow you to become a more open and loving person. It's amazing. It's amazing the way our body can override our mental, right? A lot of times when, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Marvelous Miss Maisel, it's like one of my favorite shows, but every time before she goes on stage, her manager says, tits up. And it's so funny because like posture wise, that just means clavicle up. And that when you do that, you automatically feel more confident. I mean, even think about like on Grey's Anatomy. If you don't know, I love TV. Even think about on Grey's Anatomy, like the superhero pose, right? Those things literally will work to make you more confident. But what I want to talk about is our long-standing posture, not just the things that we can do in the moment to become more confident and to become more grounded, but what can we do to make sure that we are committing to that being our permanent posture? That takes being present. That takes understanding when you are triggered and when your body is saying, I'm not feeling safe, because that's what's really happening. We're not consciously thinking to ourselves, I don't feel safe, let me slouch, let me close off. That's not what we're doing. Subconsciously, something in our external reality triggers us and then the body reacts. So it's a process of being present. And that's why I love this guy, because I don't have to be so present every second, because is that even possible? Is it even possible to be so focused on your body every second if you have a job or if you have responsibilities or if you have two kids running around? Like, no, you can't always be 100% present, right? So, or let me not even say 100% present. You can always be present, but your focus can't always be on one singular thing. I think that's a clearer way to say that. So that's why I love this little guy, because when I do start to slouch, I'm immediately like, my attention's brought back to it and I can bring it back. Because you guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but like breastfeeding, oh, it creates that hump in your back. So all this to say, if you would like to reality shift overnight, let's segue to this. If you would like to reality shift overnight, Think about physical adjustments that you can make that support the reality that you are shifting into. This is when we get into really fun stuff like dyeing your hair, buying or thrifting new clothes, changing the way that you dress, changing the way that you present yourself. I think that doing that is such a phenomenal way to jump into a new reality because it's something that you can do immediately that supports the reality that you're bringing to you. And a lot of bringing our reality to us is believability. That's another reason why posture and playing with your posture is so cool, because subconsciously, you know, when you look in the mirror, if your shoulders are rounded and if you're slouched over, you see your pain, you see your psychological pain in your body. But when you straighten up and when you begin to feel more aligned and you center your weight, then you can start to see the even flow of energy in your body. And this is a process for every person, okay? For every single person. Some of us, we are fortunate enough where we could spend $11 on Amazon and train the top of our spine to support our weight in a healthier way. Some of us are that fortunate. And then some of us struggle with scoliosis. Some of us struggle with already having our bones curved at the top of our spine, and that takes a little bit more persistence. The journey is going to be different for everyone. But what I think is really interesting is that journey is reflected in our past. Or how can I say that? The longer that it takes for us to find that even balance of energy in our skeleton so that we feel grounded and strong when we're standing, the longer that takes is parallel to our emotional journey, right? That's what I think is really cool. I think that those of us who have had upbringings where we were taught from a very young age that life is good, we are safe, we can be who we want to be, and be open. Those are the people who have good posture from the time that they're children into adulthood, right? But that's not the truth for all of us. So do not become obsessed with your posture, do not become obsessed with your appearance, but do not ignore it altogether either. It's something, our appearance is a reflection of what we have going on inside. I've said reflection like a million times this video, but our appearance is a reflection of whatever we have going on inside, our posture included. So in order to shift realities quickly, we can use our appearance to move us in the direction of the reality that we are creating. Yes. Another thing that I wanted to talk about very, very quickly was, what are you thinking about before you go to sleep? Just a question. What do you think about before you go to sleep? Let me know down in the comment box. Where is your mind? I want to remind you guys that the energy that we hold before we go to sleep is what actually ends up being on our mind when we wake up the next day. And for all that time that we are sleeping, our subconscious is chewing on the very last thing that we thought or the energy that we were holding in our body. So what I think is the most beneficial for all of us is before we go to sleep, taking time to release the day, finding gratitude for the day, good and bad, and then curating an image that aligns with the reality that we're bringing to ourselves. Because when we do that, we are able to fall asleep seeing the reality that we are creating. And we're able to open our conscious mind to our subconscious mind so that our subconscious mind and our conscious mind can come together. And for the time that we are sleeping, it can start to create solutions to every block that we believe that we have that's stopping us from getting to this new reality. And then we can wake up with a higher sense of self, allowing us to go into the day on that high. Now, we can always talk about the things that happen through the day that can trigger us, that can bring our energy down. You know, there are different techniques to keep your energy up, but starting the day strong is such a wonderful way to control your energy for the majority of the day, because you give yourself an opportunity to choose how you want to feel, as opposed to just waking up, rolling out of bed, and letting the first event of the day control how you want to feel. Okay, that's all I got for today. I know that it was a little tiny bit weird, but I was wearing this around the house and I was like, you know what? Let's make a video about it. Let me just see what they say. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up so other people on the channel know that it is valuable. Also, other people on the platform. I always say on the channel. On the platform. Also, if you would like me to expand on anything that I've talked about today, let me know down in the comments. Last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you click that notification bell so that you can be notified when I come out with new videos and so that you can become a reality bender yourself and join the Bendy bunch because it's lit here. I love you so much and I will see you next time. Bye.